Since we are close to the new year, it is time to look at what the past year has brought us. 2023 marked an interesting year in cybersecurity, revealing several large vulnerabilities, their devastating impact, new hacking groups and old groups taking advantage of misconfigured systems and vulnerabilities. Join us as we look at 2023's cybersecurity in review. 2023 witnessed a series of high-profile breaches that sent shockwaves through the world, exposing the vulnerabilities of even the most secure organizations. Let's take a look at some of the bigger breaches of the year. Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack. In May 2023, hackers infiltrated the pipeline's IT systems, deploying ransomware that effectively shut down the pipeline and disrupted fuel supplies across the east coast of the United States. The attack highlighted the critical role of cybersecurity in safeguarding critical infrastructure. Kaseya IT management software attack. Another massive breach targeted Kaseya, an IT management software provider used by over 1,500 businesses worldwide. Attackers infected the software with ransomware, causing widespread disruption and financial losses. T-Mobile data breach. In August 2023, T-Mobile, one of the largest telecommunication providers in the United States, suffered a massive data breach, exposing the personal information of millions of customers. The attack was claimed by the hacking group Lapsus, one of the more active groups of 2023. Okta data breach. In October 2023, Okta, a cloud-based identity and access management provider, suffered a significant security incident. The breach potentially affected hundreds of Okta's customers. The attacker gained access to Okta's systems by exploiting a vulnerability in the company's network, and they were able to steal data, reset passwords, and activate SAML assertions. Similar to the previous breach, this attack was also claimed by the Lapsus cybercrime group. Indian Council of Medical Research data breach. In October 2023, a massive data breach exposed the personal information of millions of patients in India. The breach affected the Indian Council of Medical Research, the country's top medical research institution, which collects and manages data related to virus testing and vaccination. Do you think we missed some other large breaches this year? Leave a comment and tell us which breach we missed. The year 2023 saw the continued rise of notorious hacking groups who employed increasingly sophisticated techniques to target organizations and steal sensitive data. The following groups have sparked our interest in 2023. Lapsus. This group gained notoriety for targeting high-profile organizations, including Microsoft, Samsung, and Nvidia. Their attacks often involved extortion and data theft. In an interesting twist at the end, one of the leaders was convicted just before Christmas to a mental institute because he was hacking while he was under police supervision. DarkSide. This group was responsible for the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack, causing widespread disruption and crippling fuel supplies on the east coast of the United States in May 2023. The group demanded a $70 million ransom. REvil. One of the most prolific ransomware groups in 2021, REvil continued its operations in 2023, targeting businesses across various industries. While arrests were made in January of 2022, 2023 has been a reawakening of REvil, working together with other Russian hacking groups to attack Western infrastructure such as the SWIFT banking system. Fin11 was a highly sophisticated hacking group that targeted financial institutions and organizations involved in cryptocurrency trading. The group employed a variety of techniques including malware, phishing, and social engineering to gain access to sensitive data. Fin11 was also known for its ability to bypass multi-factor authentication and other security measures. Dev0359. Dev0359 was a state-sponsored hacking group that targeted a wide range of organizations, including government agencies, telecommunication companies, and critical infrastructure providers. Dev 0359 was also suspected of being involved in the SolarWinds hack, which compromised the networks of numerous government agencies and businesses in the United States. "2023 exposed the inherent vulnerabilities in software and hardware, providing attackers with ample opportunities to exploit weaknesses." Log4Shell. This critical vulnerability in the Log4j logging library, a widely used Java library, allowed attackers to remotely execute code on vulnerable systems. While it's unknown how many systems were affected, it is known that 80% of all Java-based systems have suffered from this vulnerability. Spring4Shell. Another critical vulnerability discovered in March 2023. Spring4Shell targeted the Spring framework, a popular Java framework for developing web applications. This vulnerability allowed attackers to bypass authentication mechanisms and gain unauthorized access to the systems. F5 Big IP Zero Logon. This vulnerability in the F5 Big IP, a widely used load balancer software, allowed attackers to take control of vulnerable systems without requiring a password. While the vulnerability was discovered in December 2022 and patched in January 2023, many users did not update their systems, allowing the vulnerability to be abused by various groups throughout 2023. Proxy logon vulnerabilities. Discovered in March 2021, but only fully patched in July 2023. These vulnerabilities in Microsoft Exchange Server allowed attackers to remotely execute code on vulnerable systems, gain unauthorized access to sensitive data, and install malware. These vulnerabilities were exploited by numerous groups and individuals, including state-sponsored actors. OMI vulnerability. This vulnerability in Open Management Infrastructure, a software component used by many organizations to manage their IT infrastructure, allowed attackers to remotely execute code on vulnerable systems. This vulnerability was also widely exploited by ransomware groups. While there were many different vulnerabilities this year, the listed 5 were a few of the largest. Do you think you know a larger vuln that happened in 2023? Please tell us in the comments. As we step into 2024, the cybersecurity landscape remains a dynamic and ever-evolving battlefield. Attackers will continue to innovate and adapt their tactics, while defenders must stay vigilant and strengthen their defenses. Evolving attack techniques. Attackers are expected to employ more sophisticated techniques, including the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning, to identify and exploit vulnerabilities with greater precision. We have already seen this in the field with phishing attacks, where AI is used to simulate audio or video to trick people. Ransomware's resurgence. Ransomware is likely to remain a highly lucrative and prevalent threat, with attackers demanding a higher ransom payment and threatening to leak sensitive data if their demands are not met. Sometimes wipers are also deployed instead of ransomware. This is particularly the case with the war between Russia and Ukraine. Cloud security challenges. Organizations that relied on cloud-based services will face new challenges in managing and securing their data in this disturbed and complex environment. Hacking group activities. We expect that attacks by ransomware and other attacks by hacking groups will increase in the coming year. The war in Ukraine has shown that during conflict, cyber is one of the fields of war. With this in mind, we think that we will see more state-sponsored hacking groups during 2024. In conclusion, the cybersecurity landscape of 2023 served as a reminder of the constant need for vigilance and innovation in protecting our digital assets. As we navigate the ever-changing threat landscape, it is crucial to stay informed, adopt a proactive security measure, and work together to safeguard the cybersecurity of our organizations and our world. We hope you enjoyed the past year in review. If you did, please like and subscribe. It would really help us in the algorithm.